In this lesson, we will cover how search engines work. To understand how Google works, it's important to understand that when Google is searching the internet, it's really searching Google's index of the internet. This index was built to organize the internet and make it accessible to everyone, similar to a library. The content of a page is discovered by a Google web bot or crawler. These crawlers, also known as spiders, are bots that constantly crawl from page to page of Google's index. These spiders will take note of many different page items, including keywords, history of the website, and relevance. Spiders are able to crawl through links that connect one page to the other. In order for your page to be discovered, it must have the ability to be crawled by a Google spider. This is where Google tries to understand the content of the page it is crawling. Google's index or catalog keeps track of this information, so when the searcher enters a certain query, the index will produce results in an order of relevance. In 2018, Google released their mobile-first indexing, which is an indexing methodology but not a separate index. This ensures that a site's mobile page is the starting point for Google's index and is how they determine their rankings. Once the consumer enters a query in Google's search bar, results appear that are strategically placed in an order that you can view. In order for Google to make sure that those results are the best results for your search, they built a ranking algorithm that determines this order. The algorithm ranks on things like content quality, how fast the page loads, and strong links. Then, it spits out the results in an order most relevant to what was searched, just like that. The algorithm is run by a machine learning AI called RankBrain, and this learns our search behavior and changes the algorithm based on those learnings. When discussing Google and SEO, it's important to not only understand the current ranking factors, but to understand Google's algorithms and their ever-changing history. Algorithms are Google's system of retrieving information from its index to ensure that they are delivering the best possible information to the searcher. A combination of algorithms and ranking factors are used to determine the ranking order of a search engine results page, or as we call it, SERP. As a Google user, it may not seem like these algorithms are changing. However, Google will update these algorithms 500 to 600 times a year. Commonly, these changes will be so slight that you would not even notice them during your search process. However, occasionally larger and more noticeable changes will be made. For example, there were approximately 9 major changes made to Google's algorithm in the last 2 years. Some of the major updates to Google's algorithms were FRED, Intrusive Interstitials, Update, Mobilegeddon, RankBrain, Panda, Penguin, Hummingbird, Pigeon, Payday, and Exact Match domain. Back in the day, it was much easier to scheme or hack Google as SEO first had to optimize for the search engine. As these algorithms have now been updated to match the founder's vision, what we like to tell our prospects and customers is that the only true algorithm to care about is the heart and mind and soul of your user. Google doesn't care if we do good SEO. They care about users getting high quality, relevant, and unique content that they can gain value from. With this system constantly being updated, it's important to monitor these changes and continue to optimize your page so that they'll consistently align. We spoke earlier about the importance of understanding the intent of a searcher and its place in customer-first marketing. Search intent is understanding what the user is looking for. 4 types of search intent are informational, navigational, transactional, and commercial. Google wants to make sure that they understand what it is the searcher is looking for so that they can provide the best and most relevant information. For example, if someone is searching for pizza places near me, we understand the searcher is likely hungry and not looking for a recipe. As a company, you want to make sure that you are building your page and content with the searcher's intent in mind. Another factor of understanding the searcher is making sure you are using the language that your target audience would use. We like to call this using the voice of the customer. You may call a product one thing, but if a searcher calls it something different, Google will not find your page relevant. For example, if internally you are selling a product that you call an electronics tote bag, but the consumer generally refers to this as a laptop bag, you'll want to market the product using the language of the customer to ensure you're found on Google. By marketing for the customer and not for yourself, you'll be able to build a greater understanding of the language and intent of the customer. This is how Google operates, so building your content with intent in mind will make your page much more relevant. When a searcher is brought to the SERP or search engine results page, universal results, which are every result within the SERP, will appear and they will be ranked based on Google's algorithms. Now, SERPs are becoming crowded with the different universal results, which not only include traditional organic and paid results, but will include all universal result types like answer boxes, photo carousels, video carousel, news carousel, local packs, knowledge graphs, and more. It's important to be aware of these additional search results as they will take up high-ranked real estate within a SERP. There are steps you can take to optimize certain universal result types and reasons why you'd want to do that. Now, we've spoken about SERP rankings, and in our last lesson, we talked about how search engines work. So let's dive deeper into the factors that affect your page ranking. After all, that's what SEO is all about. Keywords. Keywords play a huge part in how your page will rank in SERP, and they are one of the main factors that Google considers. I mentioned previously about keyword stuffing, which was a trick many site owners were using, but keep in mind it is now penalized by Google. So you must be thoughtful about how and what keywords you are using in your content. Stick around for lesson 4, and we will cover everything you need to know about proper keyword research and usage. Google will also index the life cycle of your page. Is it new? Has it been updated? If the page is outdated, Google will likely not pull it into SERP and it will not seem relevant. When spiders crawl the websites, they move from source to source through links. The more pages that link to yours, the more authoritative your page will appear. This means that each page that links to you is like a vote for your site. Now, more on this and linking in lesson 8. If your page is not healthy, Google's spiders will have a hard time being able to crawl and index your page. If your pages are not accessible, then your page will have no opportunity to rank. Let's quickly tie in why optimizing your organic traffic is important now that we know how Google works. If I were to search best running sneakers, the average searcher will try to find what they are looking for within the first page of results. However, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see there are hundreds of results pages. Now, rarely will a searcher move on to additional results pages. More likely, they will just redefine their search. So if they are not landing on the first page of results, likely you'll never be seen. Now, ranking matters. Click next lesson and join me at lesson 4 where we will cover keywords and content.